Okay, chapter 7, what we're talking about in chapter 7 is ratios and proportions. I think you've had some of this in algebra 1, hopefully. So what we're trying to do is write ratios and solve our proportions. The way we can write ratios, there are 3 different ways. I can write them as a fraction, use the word 2, or use a colon. Either way, they all describe ratios, okay? So we're going to write the ratio of the vowels to consonants. We all know our vowels, yes?
No.
No, I don't.
And
Vowels?
sometimes why? Okay, how many vowels are in the word comparison?
4.
Comparison.
4. Those are syllables.
Was that? Wait,
Right?
get that right.
Yeah.
I just get it.
How many consonants are in the word comparison? 6. Can I reduce this fraction 4 over 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
2/3. Hey,
Why'd you do those dots?
that's equal.
That's an equal.
Okay, how many vowels are in the word geometry? Count the Y.
3, 4.
4. How many consonants are there? 4. Can I simplify 4 to 4?
1.
1 to 1, yeah.
Wouldn't it just be 1?
With the word 2, we gotta have 2 numbers. Yeah, that's another way, that's our last way. So we got fractions, the word 2, and now we got our colons. How many vowels are in the word ratio?
3,
3.
This is tough.
Oh.
A-I-O.
I forgot.
How many consonants do we have?
2.
2. Can I simplify that?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing that goes evenly into 3 and 2 both. Okay, our 3 ways. 3 ways to write ratios. We're okay with those? Okay. The other way we can simplify, or not the other way, but a way we simplify ratios is getting a common unit. Okay, what I mean by that is we have 6 weeks over 6 days. Are weeks and days the same unit of time? No. How could I make them the same unit? Do I want to turn days into weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to turn weeks into days. I always like making the numbers bigger, not smaller. Okay, I like going with the smaller unit. So I want to turn weeks into days. How many would I have to multiply? How many days are in a week? 7.
It's already 6 to 6, so we just.
And then I heard over here 6 times 7 is what? 42. So I have 42 days.
Because 7 days in a week.
Over 6 days. Now can I simplify that fraction? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, this now simplifies to 7 over 1. Okay, so always get a common unit, whether it's a length of time, a measurement like inches, yards, centimeters, etc. Questions with that first one? No. Okay, I have 14 ounces or 5 pounds. Which one's bigger, pounds or ounces? Pounds. So let's turn our pounds into ounces. Question, how many ounces in a pound?
No idea.
16.
Yeah, 16. So we're going to multiply our pounds by 16 to make them both ounces. Okay? So leave your top. 14 ounces over, are you sure?
I mean, 6 times 5, or 16 times 5 is 80. So.
14 ounces over 80 ounces. Is there a number that goes into both 14 and 80? 2. 2. Is there anything else?
3, 4.
Does 4 go into 14?
7.
2, 3.
7 goes into 80? No, I think we'll go with 2. How many times is 7, or how many times does 2 go into 14?
7.
2.
7. How many times does 2 go into 80? 40. Can I simplify 7 over 40 anymore?
No.
No.
We're gonna have to learn all like this in this.
No, like I get it to you if that was on a test.
Oh, so you're gonna give us the.
I mean, do I need to give you how many days are in a week?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it
Well,
might be a
I
bad
didn't
thing.
use that excuse on a test. I didn't know.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Centimeters to meters. What's bigger?
Meter.
Meters. So let's turn our meters into centimeters. What would I have to multiply by?
Yes.
Do you guys know what the prefix cent means?
Oh, it's 100.
It's what?
I'm saying.
No, your first one. What'd you say?
100.
100. Yeah. Cent means 100. So we multiply our meters to get to centimeters by 100. So that means, leave my top one, 300 centimeters. Over, if I multiply 1.2 by 100, I get 120. And I'm now in centimeters. Whenever both your numbers have zeros at the end, I always cancel them right away. So I would just say, right away, I know this is 30 over 12. That becomes a lot more manageable than 300 and 120.
Can you reduce that?
Yes, we can reduce it again. What goes into both of them?
15
Three.
3 goes into both of them. What else?
2.
6.
Yeah, 6. 6 is probably our biggest number, right? How many times 6 go into 30?
5.
How many times does it go into 12?
But you're a full direction up.
5 over 2. Riley.
Twice. 3 times.
30 times.
Okay. Questions here?
No.
No, we're good? Okay.
That's 7 over.
Here's where we take, or I guess not this problem. Okay. Bonsai tree is 18 inches wide, stands 2 feet tall. What is the ratio of width of the bonsai tree to its height? It says what is the ratio of width, so it wants me to start with width. Well, which one's my width? 18. So we're going to put 18 on top. Always bring your labels with because they won't always match. Okay, what goes on bottom?
2.
2 feet. Are feet and inches the same?
No.
No, what should I multiply what by? Should I turn to inches or feet? Inches, yeah. So what do I have to multiply my feet by to get inches? 12. So I got times 12. So I still have my 18 inches on top. On the bottom, I have how much? 24 inches. Okay. 6 goes into them. What else? I think 6 is the biggest, right? How many times 6 go into 18?
3.
How many times do you go into 24?
So we're just doing fraction simplifying ratios. So that's like all we're doing?
We're going to take one more step with these next problems.
Oh.
But
This is gonna be
pretty sure you've already seen them before, which is
Oh yeah.
See, I'll probably do this one. This is okay. I might use this in the real world.
that's funny. My first hour said they wouldn't. So
Because what?
my first hour said they wouldn't. I
No,
tried to
you
explain.
do
Oh,
it
yeah.
making
Yeah.
If you were like making stuff.
Depending on what you're doing.
Okay. We have measures of 2 complementary angles. First things first. What does the word complementary mean?
9 degrees.
90. They equal 90. They each equal 90 or they add up to be 90?
They add.
They add to be 90. Okay, they're in a ratio of 1 to 3. Okay, whenever you see the word ratio and then numbers, I want you to put an X behind them. Okay, if you're not given units, like up here, you didn't need an X because it gives you 18 inches, 2 feet. Down here, you're not given any unit, so we're going to add X's, okay? So that means one angle is 1x, the other angle is 3x. Is the 3x 3 times bigger than the 1x? Yeah, and that's all we need. So, if they add up to 90, all I'm going to do is add x plus 3x instead of equal to how much? 90. Yeah. But yes, they equal 4x. Okay, Riley says 4x equals 90. So x equals 22.5. You were close.
1.5. Is that 2? Yeah, 1.5.
This asks not what x is, but what are the measures of the angles? Well, one of the angles is x, right? Just one. So one of my angles is 22.5.
The other one's 3 times that.
The other one's 3 times that. So I take 3 times what?
22.
Yeah. 3 times 22.5. And I get 67.5. So my two angles, 67.5 and 22.5, I can check, add them, and they should equal what? 90. Do they?
Yes.
Yes.
I was just guessing, but you did it, so I'm gonna assume you're right.
Thank you for the confidence.
You're welcome.
Okay. Questions? Good. Okay. It says the lengths of the sides of a triangle are in the extended ratio 2:4:5. The perimeter of the triangle is 77. What is the length of the longest side? Are you given any units with the 2:4:5?
No.
Not with the 2:4:5. So what should I put next to 2, 4, and 5? X's. What does the word perimeter mean?
Around the outside.
Around. So what should I do with the 2x, 4x, and 5x?
Around 77.
Yeah, if I have a triangle, let's say this one's 2x, this one's 4x, and this one's 5x, I know that the total length around has to be how much?
77.
77. So should I add, subtract, multiply, divide these? Add them, yeah. So 2x plus 4x plus 5x equals 77. My perimeter is all the way around. Okay, how much x do I have? What?
It's 7. That's the answer.
Well, that's the answer.
11.
How much x?
11.
11 x.
Yeah.
So yes, x is 7.
Gotta be more
Do
specific.
I do apparently. Do I want to know what x is, or do I have another step?
You don't really want to know.
I want to know what the longest side is. Well, is the longest side going to come from 2x, 4x, or 5x?
5x.
5. Obviously, that's biggest. So what I do is take 5 times what? My x, which is 7, and I get 35. Okay, questions there?
Yeah, I don't like that you put a circle around it when everything else you've always put a box.
Yeah.
Oh, so that is a
It's like,
concern.
Yes.
I asked for questions.
Okay, but could you please put a box around it? Well, I'm sorry.
I know. Okay, I have a rectangle now. That's my pretty rectangle. The length to width ratio is 5 to 4. What should I do with those 5 and 4s?
Put an X.
Put X next to it.
And yeah.
Let's also put it on my picture. My length is first, so my length is 5x.
I'm going to.
My width is 4x.
Yes.
Okay. Perimeter is 81. How do I find perimeter again?
Adding up all the sides.
Add up all the sides. Length times width is area.
No, length times.
We're adding. Okay? Well, if I need all the sides, what is this side? 5x.
No.
It's a rectangle, right? What's this side? 4x. Okay? So when I add up my sides, I have 4x plus 5x plus 4x plus 5x, and how much
18x.
should that equal?
81.
81.
What?
Opposite.
Our
equals
perimeter.
81.
Our perimeter.
Times.
Perimeter is 81.
You have to add the x.
You add them.
Yeah, then we add, yeah.
But you're
5
missing the
plus
x.
5
You're missing the x's.
Just wait. Just chill. Okay. 18.
So if I add up all these x's, I get 18x,
X.
and it still equals 81, which is my perimeter.
Oh, the flip. That's cool. 81, 88.
Can you put it in a decimal way?
If we divide by 18, we get 4.5.
Put a box.
That's not my answer.
Okay, then. I'm reminding you earlier.
Okay. How can I find the length?
Times 5.
Times 5, because my length is the first one, so 4.5. My length is 5 times 4.5, which is 22.5.
Yep.
My width
4.
is 4 times 4.5, which is 18.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's up?
Is it 18?
That is 18. Okay. Questions? Okay, we're gonna switch it up just a hair. Everybody has this down?
See,
Okay. Says a map has a scale of 3 centimeters to 18 kilometers. If these two towns are 54 kilometers apart, then how far apart are they on the map? Okay. Here's something you need to remember. When your ratios are together, like these, they go in the same fraction. What I mean by that is we're going to write 3 centimeters over 18 kilometers.
Equals 50. Then you just reduce it or
You do
make them
1/6
equal.
then.
Okay. And I know that they're 54 kilometers apart. So if I set it equal to another fraction, should my kilometers go on top or bottom?
Top. Still be like half miles. Is that bottom?
That's something.
That's
Bottom because of
Yeah, the kilometers are on the bottom here, so we're gonna put these kilometers on the bottom here. And I have to figure out how many centimeters apart they are.
We have to find the ratio first.
Why wouldn't
Like
you
the-
reduce it first?
You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Well, you can, yeah.
You're just looking.
Okay. There are a couple different ways to find these. You can reduce this fraction,
Can you just divide it?
or you know that the same number goes into both 3 and 18, right?
What? 106.
4.
3.
3. How many times does 3 go into
4.
18?
6.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
So to get from 8 to 3, I would divide by 6.
So it's 1 over 3 and 8 times.
It's
it by
one-
What I
6.
do to one fraction, I have to do to the other. So I would take 54 and do what? Divide by 6. What's 54 divided by 6?
Yes.
The other thing you can do is simplify the 3 over 18 to be 1 over 6 equals x over 54.
So then,
And then 6 times 9 is 54. 1 times 9 has to be 9. So you get the same answer either way.
Looks like more work though. Like is one of them more work than
Just
the other?
chill.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Kind of.
Kind of. Questions there? That one's a little goofy, I know. No questions? Alright, this next thing, have you guys ever talked about cross multiplying?
Yes.
Yeah, so this isn't new?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to do it that way.
When your numbers aren't nice, like back here, we could simplify this fraction, or we knew a number that went into both of them. If you don't know, or you have like 1.5, like it's not a nice number, we cross multiply. Okay? What that means is you'll see here, mine are red. Those two get multiplied, so top left, bottom right, and the blue ones get multiplied. Bottom left, top right. Okay? Or you just cross. Never go same and same. You're always going cross when you multiply. Okay? So here we gotta finish this. A times D equals B times our C. And then they just want you to rewrite it. AD equals BC. This stuff down here I honestly wouldn't even look at. It's just different ways you can find these variables depending on what you divide by. I'm not going to have you memorize those. But you're telling me this is familiar? Okay. They have special names, these things. The reds, the A and D are called extremes, and the other ones are called means. That's not a huge deal, but here they want us to talk about them. When we set up our standard, we always go A, B, C, D. Well, that doesn't even look like a D. It's always A, B in one fraction, C, D in the other. Okay? Our extremes are A and D, so 2 and X. The other ones are our means, 3 and 4. Like I said, we don't really use that a whole lot. It's just kind of some vocab thrown in there. If they ever asked you on a quiz or test, what are the means and extremes, I would set up your A, B, C, D and tell you ADs are extremes, BC are means. So don't worry too much about that. Okay. Good there?
Yes.
Okay. I always like writing the A, B, C, D just because I think it's helpful to visually look at, because sometimes I get lost in numbers. So if you look here, I have X over 6. Here I have 6 over X. What did I do with that first fraction? Flipped it. So it was A over B, now it's B over A, right?
Yeah, so now
So what do
it's
you think
7
is-
over Y.
So we're going to flip this one, just be 7 over Y. D over C. Okay, that's one of those properties that was on the last page. But I feel like we know that what you do to one fraction, you have to do the other. That's why I don't think properties are all that important. Okay, let's look at this one. It says if 3/4 equals X over Y, then 7/4 equals something. Okay. When you have two variables, not just one, when you have two variables and they're in the same fraction, you just match up your tops and bottoms. Okay? So what is our X equal? 3. And what is our Y equal? 4. Okay, since both of our variables are in the same fraction, I can just match up to the numbers next to it. Yep.
So then the one after it would be 7 over Y?
Close. So our 4 doesn't change, right? So I know that 4 is which variable? Y. Oh my goodness.
You broke it.
I broke it. Can't move it back either. Okay. What do you notice about the 7 in comparison to 3 and 4?
It's different.
It's different. Can I get 7 with a combination of 3 and 4?
You can add them.
I can add them. So instead of writing 3 plus 4, how about I use variables? What should I write? What should I write for 3? What should I write for 4? So we have the fraction x plus y over y. Sorry, that got ugly.
Kinda looks like a G.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Questions here? Okay, we got two more, and that's pretty much the meat of what we're doing. Okay, so you told me that you know about this cross product thing. Whenever you have addition or subtraction in your fractions, I would cross multiply. Okay? So what we do is we take the top and bottom and multiply. I would also put parentheses around your stuff with plus or minus. Okay? Because otherwise you might forget to distribute. So 3 times, in parentheses, x plus 3. That's just, these two right here. We still have our equal sign. And then we want to have it equal to the other two multiplied together. So 5 times 6. Okay? Doesn't matter which one you put on the left or right. Questions about where that came from? No, we're okay?
So which one do you keep on the top and bottom, the right or left side?
What do you mean top bottom?
So you write as a fraction, you have like 30 or it's what, 3x plus 9, which side does that go, top or bottom?
Oh, it doesn't matter which one to find x.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're going to distribute our 3. 3 times x gives me 3x. 3 times 3 gives me 9. 5 times 6, 30.
Minus 9.
Minus 9.
And then divide by 3.
So 3x is 21. Divide by 3x is 7.
Probably write that down even though it's with
I don't know.
Questions? Okay, last one. What two things should I multiply together? Give me one. N plus 4 and 4. Yeah, these two. I'm going to write parentheses around it so I don't forget to distribute. If you want to distribute right away, that's fine with me. If 4 times n plus 4 is 1 on the left, what should go on the right?
8.
8 times n.
8 times n, yeah. What should I do on the left? Distribute. I get 4n plus 16 equals 8n. Now what?
Solve.
Well, yeah, but do what?
Minus 4.
Minus
You
4n,
get
so
4n
16
so 16 divided by
equals
4
4n.
is
4.
N equals 4. Okay. Any questions with that stuff?